Finally, a pleasure for me, and I'm sure for you, to welcome a latter-day legend of British television. Certainly, very few characters in any kind of drama, be it film or theatre or TV, have captured the imagination and affection of the public in the way that Coronation Street's Elsie Tanner did. And that, of course, was due more than anything to the lady who played her, Pat Phoenix. You look terrific.
Thank you, darling. So do you.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's probably due to the same thing, isn't it, in our case, clean living?
Yes, it is, me darling. The face is going in. You're getting that beautiful gaunt look.
Yes, I'm trying to pull the skin back behind the ear.
And tie it in a knot at the back.
Well, that's Marlene Dietrich, they always said that, didn't she? She got a bull clip, hadn't she?
Yes, that's right.
Took all the skin back and just...
And little hooks underneath the wig.
Yeah, and you're supposed to tie up your... If you tie up your sideburns in...
We can listen to it.
Hold on. We don't need any of that.
No, we don't need any of that.
Now, the last...
Two of sand and one of cement.
Well, that's just for the bag.
Yeah.
Now, the last time that we met, it was about January '84, I think, we were celebrating, if I may say so, your 60th...
60th birthday, that's right, yes.
And you were going to retire, a quiet retirement.
I never said anything else.
Well... You're at the age when a lot of people do.
Yeah, oh, rubbish. Not today, not today. I think people over 40 these days have got a lot to offer. And, you know, we're going to have, very shortly, we're going to have a third of the population over 40. So people have got to start living and enjoying themselves when they get to 60. And I'm 62 in November. And so there.
In fact, somebody was saying to me the other day, a doctor was saying, it's extraordinary how it seems that many of the sex symbols on television now are in their late 40s, you know, or indeed early 50s, although some of them don't admit to it. So that obviously bears up what you were saying.
No, I never was a sex symbol. I never believed I was. I was just a working actress, and I often think the newspapers write a load of rubbish, and yes, haven't you got lovely legs? Talking of sex, no, and I just one acted the part, and Elsie Tanner was a mother and no better than she should be, and they just stuck a label on. I don't know what sex symbol means. I've no idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, I suppose, if you try very hard to do it, you
What do you mean if you try very hard to do it? If you try very hard to do it.
I'm going to sit in my hands for the rest of this interview. Yeah. Do you keep in touch with the street at all? Do you keep in touch with events?
Well, I'm not able to because ever since I left the street, I've been working, you see. And I've been on the road now in a show for 6 months. So I phone one or two of them occasionally, and one or two of them come to see me, and the old friends I do see.
But they did keep the back door open, didn't they? They sent you to Portugal.
That's right, with yet another fella, yes, yes, yeah.
Germaine Greer says that Margaret Thatcher is changing her image and trying to become more like Elsie Tanner.
Oh, God help her. Oh, the poor woman. No, but I would say to that, if she was changing her image to get as much heart as Elsie Tanner, then we'd all do all right.
Now, are we going to see, you're about to do a new television sitcom, but from what I hear, is it going to be Elsie Tanner by the sea? Or
no, I wouldn't think so.
A seaside landlady?
No, it's really, there's Prunella G who takes the weight of this woman that I am playing on her shoulders. And if I lived next door to this woman I'm playing, I would have an electrified fence, boiling oil, a slingshot, and a water cannon to keep her away. And if I was her poor husband, I'd make sure she got a drink every night, preferably out of a bottle with a skull and crossbones on it. I really would.
She's a seaside landlady, is
Yes, she is. Not based on any seaside landladies I know.
No, you said quickly clearing the decks in case you have to go down the seaside
My
again.
God, yes, I will, yes. No, she is, she doesn't really bear any resemblance whatsoever to Elsie Tanner. She may have the same face and one or two of the same mannerisms, but, oh, what a woman, yeah.
Well, Beryl Reid, when she was here on Friday, was talking about the various landladies that actors actresses in her time used to have to come across in places like Bolton and,
yes,
Preston.
yes.
Have you ever come across
Oh,
any
many,
memories?
many times. Some of the stories are almost untellable, you know, but there was one that had a son that worked as a male nurse in the hospital, and every time you sat down to lunch with the red cabbage and the stew and just stand in the doorway and say, "Oh, we had a terrible case today," you know, and describe it in lurid detail.
Wonderful.
So you never finished your lunch, you know.
What about this new Spider's Web you're doing, the show?
Oh,
you're
that,
doing?
darling, oh, yes.
You're very posh in that.
Terribly posh in
Do
that.
the audience shout like, "Come on, Elsie, give us your own language now"?
No, they don't. No, they get absolutely carried away with Clarissa. You see, she's rather like that, and goes on for hours and tells the most terrible lies. You see, and she's quite a funny lady and very zany. And of course, they pay me well. You see, and we only talk posh when they pay us well.
It's an Agatha Christie thing.
Yes, it is.
But
It's,
do you play it a little more broadly than the average Agatha Christie?
Well, no, the first act goes absolutely a la Agatha Christie. All the plot is laid down, everything's there. But then comes the arrival of Act 2, and the detectives arrive on the scene, preferably Detective Number 1, led by Tony Booth. And then things start to happen, which are just hilarious. Absolutely out of this world.
Well, that's a cue if ever I heard it. It's no surprise to Pat, but here's another famous face from television, best known as the Randy Scarce Git in Till Death Us Do Part. Anthony Booth. You look terrific. Great. Now, you two have been together for some time now, haven't
Yes,
you?
yes.
And it's your fourth play together.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's difficult, isn't it? I mean, you have a relationship off stage, you have a relationship on stage.
It depends on what you're playing, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the
suppose
last
so.
one, he murdered me, you know. He murdered me.
Every night and twice on Saturday.
Every night, twice on Saturday, yes.
8 times a week.
Yes, yes. No, it's great. We enjoy it. Or at least I do. How about you?
Oh, yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
Do you criticise each other's performances when you get
All
home?
the
I
time.
wish you hadn't asked that. I'd say yes all the time.
Does the crockery start to fly? Because you're two very volatile people.
No, it's great, actually, because, you know, we're not exactly tactful with one another. You get, what the hell do you think you were doing in Act 2, you see? And he starts...
I'm trying something.
Yeah. And it's just... but it's great, because it means that we never lose interest in what we're doing, that every night that we are building on that play, doing something different, and having a fresh approach to it. And we never stop criticising one another, which is great.
But does it help your relationship as two people living together?
Well, it's great, yes, because, I mean, you're together more often, aren't you?
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
But you met in the 50s, first of all, didn't you?
Oh, yes, we had a mad, passionate affair. Talking of sex symbols, he was one, if ever there was.
What do you mean he was?
Yeah, well,
That's a little hard.
Well, he is
Come on.
still, no, yes. We had this mad, passionate affair, and everybody says, well, why didn't it go on? We'd have killed each other if we'd have stayed together at that time. I mean, we were...
And what are you doing to each other now?
Oh, it's great, it's great. And
Having a great time.
we are now at the age, and I would say this to anyone, we are now at the age that we can have one of those terrible theatrical rows and everything goes up in the air. And then one of us will stop and look at the other and say, is this for real? And we know it's not, because we're together, and that's it, you know.
You've changed, though, Anthony. I mean, your hair was longer when I saw you last, and you've got the old moustache on.
Yes, well, I'm playing this detective, aren't I? Clueless of the yard.
It's a far cry, though, from Till Death Us Do Part, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Well, maybe it is.
Yes, it is.
Maybe
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he feels that he ought to present a slightly older image now with a moustache. you see.
That's right. Are you really going to play James Bond?
Well, I'm still waiting for a call, as I said before.
I know, it's terrible.
Oh,
the only reason
Cubby.
I came on was I was hoping that you were going to get me a part in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'd be great, really.
So do I. I think you'd be great.
Oh, but there you go.
I think you'd be great.
They've had a Scottish James Bond, haven't they? And they had a model as James Bond. Well, why shouldn't they have a Dublin 007 star?
Right, there's absolutely no reason why not, or a Liverpudlian one if it comes. Goodness sake. So do you actively seek work together?
We like working together, but we do work separately, you see. We love to work on the stage together. We love to work in television together. But if something comes up and people offer us something else, we both go in different directions.
But the images that television has given you, have they been a millstone in any sense? Did you find that Till Death Us Do Part did hold you back for a while anyway, after you left it?
On television, I suppose, yes. Yeah.
Yes, for a long time.
But then theatre producers are more adventurous. I mean, they see an actor that's a part that an actor's playing, you know, and then they see you playing other parts, and they give you different parts.
But do you have any ambitions to go back onto the small screen
Onto
again
the small screen?
in some role?
Well, why are you offering me something?
No, I've already asked Cubby Broccoli to give you a
I know, and if we're getting nowhere
can I
fast,
do for you?
I know, sure, you're right.
But what about Elsie? Does Elsie limit you? As I say, people must shout things to you.
Yes, they do. But the public are awfully good. Of course, you know, all the time I was in Coronation Street, I was going out every year and doing a play somewhere, even if it was only for a short time. And you get ladies coming up and saying, Elsie, oh, I'm sorry, we should call you Pat now, shouldn't we? And I must tell you a very...
Tell me Go on, tell me about the American way.
Well, look,
Go on.
before you tell it to me, we're running out of time now, so this is the...
Shit.
No time for that one.
No, I'm afraid.
Oh, I see.
You can come back and tell us the story.
I will again.
Do
When
please.
I'm 65, will you still love me?
Pat Phoenix and Anthony Booth, thank you. I'm sorry we haven't time for this show.